This video blog of Thomas F. Coleman is for April 26, 2021. It is brought to you from Spectrum eNews, the editorial and news division of Spectrum Institute. The focus of today's blog is a news release from the United States Department of Justice regarding an investigation into mental health practices in Alameda County and the implications it has for conservatorship proceedings, not only in Alameda County, but also for the entire state. The DOJ investigation found reasonable cause to believe that Alameda County is violating the integration mandate of the Americans with Disabilities Act. This finding is based on the county's practices of institutionalizing mentally ill jail inmates rather than finding appropriate treatments that would avoid such confinement. Similar reasoning applies to the way that state courts and county agencies are not seriously exploring less restrictive alternatives to conservatorships for adults with cognitive disabilities. Information about the decision of the United States Supreme Court in Olmstead versus LS and the integration mandate of that decision is found on the DOJ website at ada.gov/Olmstead. The essence of the Olmstead decision is that unreasonable restrictions on the freedoms of people with mental disabilities violates the ADA, that public entities must provide community-based services for this population rather than restricting their freedoms. The University of St. Thomas Journal of Law and Public Policy published an article in 2019 discussing how the Olmstead principle should apply to adult guardianship proceedings, which are called conservatorship proceedings in California. The National Council on Disability has adopted a position that Olmstead requires states to seek less restrictive alternatives to guardianships and conservatorships when feasible. The Council is an independent federal agency charged with advising the President, Congress, and other federal agencies regarding policies, programs, practices, and procedures that affect people with disabilities. The Council is comprised of a team of presidential and congressional appointees. The National Resource Center for Supported Decision-Making asserts that unnecessary or overly broad guardianships or conservatorships are violations of the ADA's integration mandate. Spectrum Institute is sending this blog to the Department of Justice with a suggestion that it open an inquiry into the conservatorship practices in Alameda County, in which it should ask the following questions. Does the court investigator routinely contact the Adult Protective Services Agency about the possibility of less restrictive alternatives to conservatorships? Reviewing a case for such alternatives is something that APS is equipped to do, if requested. Does the public guardian have social workers and investigators routinely looking into supported decision-making alternatives? That should be happening in each case. Is the public defender asking the regional center to convene an IPP review process for each proposed conservatee so that an interdisciplinary team can investigate supported decision-making options? IPP means individual program plan review. The financial cost of an IPP review does not come out of the public defender's budget, or the court's budget, or even the county's budget. There should be a supported decision-making IPP review convened in each developmental disability conservatorship case as a matter of routine. Does legal assistance for seniors ask for a social worker to be appointed in each of its cases in order to do a thorough analysis of supported decision-making alternatives for seniors? LAS is appointed to represent seniors who have assets in conservatorship cases in Alameda County. This blog is also being sent to state and local officials in Alameda County. They need to ask themselves the same questions and do a self-review of their agency's policies and practices to make sure they conform with Olmstead's principles as applied to conservatorships. For more information from Spectrum eNews, go to spectruminstitute.org/enews. That concludes today's video blog.